Hi everyone, Scrappy Kathy here with Scrap Squad Sunday, and we're back to weekly lifts, and this is the original. It is a Paige Evans original, and it's absolutely a gorgeous grid, and I'm going to try to reproduce it. I have, when I read the Pinterest pin for this, she talked about the fact that you could use the 2-inch paper pads. So I had a whole slew of them here, and I used a mix from Wonders, Go the Scenic Route, and Splendid. I did not use any Bungalow Lane, or maybe I did. Maybe one of these is a Bungalow Lane. I'm not sure. But I used different florals, and nothing's matchy-matchy, so it's going to be kind of an explosion of color and cuteness. So, as is Paige herself. She is a bundle of color and cuteness. So I'm going to put this aside, and I'm going to, I pulled this stencil out, and I'm following Rebecca Meadows' lead on using this stencil. It's, in the original, Paige has stitched rays coming out, and you know me in stitching, that doesn't quite work. But when I pulled the stencil out, I noticed that I had done half of it in some colors. So I'm going to use baby wipes to see if I can get those colors onto the page. And then I will fill in the rest with picked raspberry, which is a color that's prevalent in the okay. I'm kind of liking what I'm seeing here. It does look, so I'm just basically cleaning the stencil off onto the paper. So let's see. Well, I'm not going to see what that looks like right now. I'm going to go kind of brush some. I don't like that. That's way too dark. So I'm going to kind of rub it off there. I need a brush that it goes a lot lighter than that. So I'm going to take this brush and barely touch it into there and kind of go like this so that it matches the intensity that we have going on over there. And I know this means that I'm going to, because this stencil doesn't go all the way across my 12 by 12 page, I know that I'm going to have to place my grid kind of, if I want the rays to come out evenly from the grid, I have to place the little squares kind of close to the center. So I think that's what I'm going to do, and we'll see now what that looks like. I like it, except I kind of made a mistake over here, so see if I can in any way cover that up with an embellishment or two. So we shall see. Okay, so, or the squares themselves might go. Okay, so this side of the paper got a little wet with that baby wipe, and so it's kind of buckling a little, but once it goes into the album, it will be okay. one thing that Paige did on hers was to distress all of the squares. And so I'm going to do that, and I'm going to kind of just place them. I have kind of done a little bit of kind of dry fitting some embellishments on the squares just to kind of see what all I needed. This is going to go right in the middle, so that's going to go there. And then this one. And I'm sorry I can't tell you which collection these came from. I think the collection I know the best because, and I hate to say that it's my favorite because I love them all, but that's Splendid. And I don't think I have, or at least I don't have them in the same place, the 2x2s for Garden Shop. I love Garden Shop because it has sunflowers. Note to designers, any collection that I see that has sunflowers in it, I'll buy. And I'll probably buy all the stuff, even if it doesn't have, even sheets of paper that don't have sunflowers. Oh, I do have a wreath from Garden Shop that's going to be on top of this green piece of paper. There. And what I love about Paige's original is her layering of embellishments on top of the squares. The grid itself is genius. Now see, the rays only show above it because it's more vertical than horizontal, and I probably would have preferred it if it had been more, if I had run it the horizontal way. I might have liked that better. This little square I know is from Splendid because it's got those absolutely gorgeous flowers that I have fussy cut the heck out of. And I'm going to have to kind of organize those. And this is all I'm doing right here. Okay, so I'm going to put this one dead smack in the middle. Dead smack. I don't know if that's an actual term, but it's going dead smack right there in the middle. And then I'm going to place everything else kind of based on that. I think that's good. And I've kind of spread the flowers apart because you can kind of tell, you know, the difference. If they're kind of separated a little bit, at least my theory is, and this is my story and I'm sticking to it, is that it just looks like different areas of a garden that have different flowers planted. And tomorrow is Mother's Day, and I understand that part of my gift is I've opted not to have an overpriced Mother's Day buffet that you have to make reservations for weeks in advance, and then kind of everything's about the food. It's all kind of built around the food. I wanted to do something with more of a family outing, and so I'm actually making a brunch, and then we're going to go out to a nursery shopping for stuff for me to plant. I'm going to move this out farther. I like this butterfly because it has some red in it, and I want to use this ladybug up here for this photo of Katie, and I'm going to put the ladybug there climbing up onto that square. So that's kind of how I'm going to be building these squares. This one right here, I do not want to cover up much in the way of those flowers. I really want them to show. I looked for another one of these so I could maybe fussy cut the center and then overlay on here, and I didn't find it. I must have used it already. There are multiples in there. I'm going to use this Bramble Fox title, Lovely Day. This was, James was out of town on business, and so Katie and Barrett took me out to one of John's favorite restaurants, Hola, on the 8th, which was the 43rd anniversary of our first date. And we sat outside and had a great meal. It was lots of fun. The kids were in a good mood and were joking around with each other, and Katie had recently visited their mother in Kentucky, and so she was catching Barrett up on all the family news. Put that there, and then this will go on top of that, and then I'll layer the bee on there for Barrett. Put it like that. Let's see, I think I have peeled the backing, but maybe not. And what I have done is I have torn my thumbnail, peeling the backing on all these others. I don't have the healthiest nails. Just saying. Okay, now let's see. What are we going to do? This is going to be raised up, and I'm going to use a piece of this. This is the negative bit from the thick pop dots that I inherited from my daughter-in-law's mother. And it will raise this flower cluster up. I'm going to layer this one underneath it on a lower platform of foam. And then I'm going to do, in Paige's, this was kind of one of the more important squares. It had maybe a little more embellishing. The two corners did. So I'm kind of going a little bit overboard here, layering a bunch of different things, including a little wooden chicken. It came in the Bramble Fox Fox box, which I just received yesterday. And that's where this lovely day title came from. Ooh, I moved the title. Let me get it back. And some of the other embellishments that I'm going to use, like this little right here. This is going to go here, and this smile, I'm going to put a piece of fun foam back behind it. It doesn't go at all with this floral, and I'm okay with that. I'm perfectly happy with that. There, and I'm gonna layer this flower underneath that, and this flower doesn't match that collection either one of them. I don't think that's there, and now I'm gonna kind of put that there, and then I have this little Bramble Fox bird who's just adorable, and that kind of makes the little vignette, and I like that the pattern paper behind it kind of contrasts with it. And then I'm going to leave this one just exactly like it is. I'm not going to add anything to it. This one is going to have, maybe I'm going to do, let's see. The wreath is going to go here, and I'm going to do it so that the flowers are kind of like that. And I'm going to put this across so that I don't cover many of the flowers. Let me just raise this up on some of this foam. I've done a lot of grids lately. There have been sketches that were part of a design team assignment, and then I think there were some scrap lifts that were grids, and then I kind of did one sort of on my own. So I struggle a little bit to make them a little bit different, but the fact is that grids are great because they kind of have that they provide you with little little squares to embellish as you wish, and you can kind of go wild with each one and do them differently. And this, I'm lifting Paige's grid, and it's gonna look, mine is gonna look very different from hers, even though I've kind of gotten my design from her. So this one, like that, it's going to have a little bit more embellishing, including it's going to have another chicken. And I have this little bird, which I thought might be nice right there on that kind of hides that ugly corner on there. I was going to put it someplace else, but I think it belongs here, don't you? Okay. Even though it's kind of close to that guy. Okay, here I'm going to raise the flower heads up on some foam, but I'm going to let the stems lie flat on the page. Let me get my, and then I think I'm going to use that, but I'm not absolutely sure. I'm going to put that down there, and then I'll put a little bit of liquid glue there. And then this is going to go I guess I'll go like this way, and I will put it down also. And I think I'm going to cut some of that off, and I'll curl up the petals. I'll move it in kind of like so, and then kind of layer the chicken over it. And it's going to overlap onto that flower and on there. And I've got this date, and I'm not sure where I intended to put it. Maybe across here was maybe what I originally thought. But I'm going to put some foam on it, and I'm going to think on where it really wants to go. And I'm maybe thinking that I will put it up here. I'm going to put it down below the flower cluster, but above these words. This says wonderful, happy, smile, laugh, joy. And I kind of wanted those to show. And I think I'm done. I had thought I might take a pen and go along there, but I really like the subtlety of that. And I like that there's a little bit of purple here, then it's kind of pink over here. You can see a little yellow and some orange. It's nice. I like it. I had thought I might have some use for this birdhouse, maybe because it kind of matches there. I could do the birdhouse like this, but I think I don't need it. I think I'm fine. I had thought about using this arrow somehow, but I'm good. Now Paige's title was kind of right above here, and I've used up one of my squares for it, so I'm fine with that. I thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.